All right. Actually, let's go to the junkyard first. It cost me $500 to drive to the junkyard. I don't know how far away it must be, but apparently it is a ways away. Hey, the FS22 YouTuber, how you doing? Well, judging by the loading time, the junkyard must be quite far away. Yeah, you can get cars for very cheap at the junkyard, but they are in absolute terrible condition, and you end up having to buy a lot of parts for them. As well as you don't tend to find newer cars, which isn't necessarily a problem. Depends on what you are looking for. So I could buy a 1956 Salem 1500. How much would this cost me? Why does it? There. Pay $7,000 for what is essentially a pile of garbage. I'm not a big enough fan of those trucks to want to spend the money on it. But yeah, I am doing good. I'm glad to hear that you're doing good. It is Wednesday and I am ready for the week to be over. It's been a weird work week. Although today I was actually able to more or less fix everything I was working on, so that's a win. Alright, so, no, no. So yeah, this is a bolt cape. So $5,000. I'm trying to. I suspect I might actually be able to make enough money off of this to make this worthwhile. It's got the engine block. That's kind of the big ticket item. Take Skittles. Now, I assume you mean to buy take Skittles is eat Skittles, but that is a weird way to say. I want to climb the ladder just because games have always, like, you have to be able to climb the ladder. But, no, I don't want Milo to find out retroactively that, or find out that I have eaten Skittles and basically, I forget actually what the punishment was for me eating Skittles. Honestly, it can't be worse than not eating Skittles, so. Oh, what have we here? We have a completely trashed McLaren. How much is? Oh my, yeah, nope. Buy price is $2 million. I would 100% buy it if I could. But that is very much out of my price budget. Is this a yeah, this is a Mitsubishi Lancer. So I can buy it for yeah. I can buy it for $4,000. Might actually consider that. Might actually be a good vehicle, one that I like enough that I'd actually be willing to keep it, but also selling it would not be a bad deal. Chieftain TBX. And yes, I did read your comment about potentially agreeing with the Skittle ban, but I'm not acknowledging it. So I won't deal with terrorists. Oh. Actually, yeah, I can't access the menu right now, but that's fine. Alright, well, nothing in here that was really super amazing. Let's go take a look at that Chieftain. If it's got the engine block, I think we'll take a gamble on it and buy it. Oh yeah, it's still got enough of the engine. Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll buy this. We'll put it to the garage. We'll go ahead and buy the Mitsubishi Lancer at the same time. And then that is going to be all the shopping we're going to do with that for now. So we go to the garage. Now, a lot of people, what they will do is they will buy, or basically they'll buy a bunch of junk parts at the junkyard and kind of try to cobble together a car that is functional. But I prefer to completely restore cars. All right, let's move it onto the lift. And then I'll put the other car on the other lift. And it'll be time to strip these all down to nothing. Really not a ton to strip out of these. But that's fine because a lot of the stuff isn't really repairable anyway, so we were gonna have to buy it new anyway. So what was no harm. No harm in basically missing parts. Alright, well we'll want that engine on an engine stand. So let's just start from the back end up and just pull everything off of it. And we can repair the frame, clean it. Probably find more rusted bolts than non-rusted bolts on this. Right, gotta take these off individually. Now that's definitely, I do appreciate in this game that this is actually a, like, you will make money doing this, buying a crap car and restoring it into like pristine condition. In real life, it is, oh, I'll tab myself out of that for a moment. But it is, I don't, like most cars, you are not going to make any money off of restoring because it is very expensive to fully restore a car. Way more than what the car would have sold for brand new. There are people who are willing to, there are some people who are willing to pay a lot for specific cars to be fully restored, but for the most part, cars are not worth their full restore cost. What people really want is fix it up good enough and they'll drive it. Basically, it just has to be in good enough condition to sit in a garage for a while without rusting away. Alright, so we got the entire back end out. Take out the front suspension. Oh. And then we can take out the engine. We'll put it on the stand. And repair as much of this as we can. What am I? There, okay. Now the upside of it missing some parts means it is a little bit quicker to take apart, but also going to have less parts to repair and put back on it. Now there's definitely a lot of other parts that were missing outside of the engine and suspension. Like there was no radiator, no brake booster. So we're gonna have to replace, basically buying new parts for all those. And this is part of where restoring cars can get really expensive. If you end up having to buy a bunch of new parts to put in, that gets very expensive very quick. Okay, don't have to worry about draining oil out of it. There is no oil pan on it. Let's drop this down. Actually, we're going to move this just out into the yard for now. Doesn't need to be taking up space. Wait, where's our entrance? Right here. Alright, let's get the engine out. Hey, I'm doing good. How you doing, Michael? How's the weather in Texas? Okay, so we've got the engine out. Time to take our rolling frame. And let's weld it up. Let's get this thing fixed. Spend 1,500 bucks on frame restoration. Then let's move it out to the car wash. So it sounds like it's been a bit warmer than it's been over the last couple days. Has the rain let off? Give her a good wash. You know, I didn't even think I was going to like the color of it, but this is actually a very nice color for this car. Alright, let's detail the interior. Not bad at all. Alright, let's put it back in the shop. We've got some body panels to put on this, so... First, I guess let's put on a engine. There. And we'll take this apart so that way we can go on a repair binge. Repair the cars we've got, or repair the parts that we've got. Where? Oh. I am trying to take off the distributor and the bolts are rusted. Yeah, today was one of those days where it was quite cold up here until the sun finally came out, and then it was actually quite pleasant. So well, I might have to. So with the rockers, I think it's going to end up replacing them anyway. So the fact that some are missing just means saves me some time of having to take all of them out. All right, and then we'll take off the head. Strong vitamin D day. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I could be wrong on this, but if I remember, I think it is in Canada, vitamin D is put in all of the milk. Basically, all the milk you can go buy at a store has vitamin D put in it, just to help get people a bit more vitamin D up in Canada. Something that would not be required if we lived closer to the equator. Yes, that'll be pretty much everything. Let's rotate engine over and pull out the pistons. Apparently someone was really digging into this, because there's no rod caps. Alright, engine's been completely disassembled. Let's start repairing some parts. Alright, repaired the only body part that we had. Well, that's the, yeah, no point in having additional vitamin D when you live close to the equator and getting so much sun. And I will sometimes, like, I'll have milk with cereal sometimes, but that's generally it. I don't really go out of my way to drink milk. I remember I used to drink quite a lot of milk when I was young, but that was my parents owned cows, so it was basically raw, unpasteurized. Oh, failed on that one. It was raw, unpasteurized milk. I am really missing that one. So there was not, so definitely with milk pasteurization makes it so that ends like basically bacteria or whatever can't survive in it. But it does also mean that some of the helpful good bacteria in the milk are also killed. So if you have a good, safe source of unpasteurized milk, the unpasteurized milk is better. However, that doesn't work well for supermarkets where they have to be able to store it for a while without it basically growing bad bacteria. Oh, I almost got it there. Oh. Let's not fail in the transmission here. Transmission is a big, expensive part to replace if we mess it all up. Alright, get this engine block in good shape. There. Got pretty much all the parts that fixed up here. Yeah, that's if you're out in the sun a lot, you do not need to get additional sources of vitamin D. That's just not a thing you have to do. Alright, so we've got one brake rotor. Alright, well let's put the engine block on here. Now we can just take a look at the inventory and we can just add everything that's worn out here to our shopping list because we know we'll need it. We're gonna need a bunch of other stuff as well, but it just means we get to skip. Basically, we don't have to go shopping for every little thing. Definitely not going to go out of my way to buy the correct number of rubber bushings. I'm just going to buy a stack of them. Alright, well we've got one tire, so we'll separate that. I don't think I have, yeah, I don't have anything with that to separate. Now I don't think, oh, so yes, I can repair the rim. Okay. So let's go shopping. I think I need pretty much everything in this list. So that is actually a lot of people will run into that up here is that when they're out in the summer, they'll think they can't get sunburnt on a cloudy day. And no, you can very much get sunburnt on a cloudy day. In the fall or spring, you more or less can't. I'm sure some people manage, but it really is not easy to get sunburned on a fall or spring day. But during the summer, yep. A cloud will keep you, basically get you to burn a bit slower, but you're still gonna burn. We'll give it some Alabama plates. Not judging anyone from Alabama, but I'm going to say that I suspect they would drive a car like this in Alabama. But I actually need plates for the front. There we go. Some Alabama plates for the front as well. Now that has to make it over the paint shop. Not saying it would be a bad idea to leave it with multicolored parts, but that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna give it a good, proper paint job. But I like the yellow that it originally came in, so we're gonna basically paint it back to that. Ooh, let's put that into a nice metallic. I like that. Could do it as a chrome. I feel like chrome goes a little too far. But the metallic is nice. Oh, interesting. I can actually dial in exactly the paint I want. So we'll go full metal, and if I go super smooth, then we basically have a mirror finish. It's basic colored chrome. My brother is doing good. I think he is expecting to be back on Friday. Not 100% sure. So if I go all the way back, I feel like we'll leave 20% roughness. That gives it a very nice. And we'll leave with 100% metallic. Now the hue. Let's go with 35. No, there, 40. $38. Tiny little adjustments, but and I haven't played with livery at all before. We'll just leave it as a plain car for now. All right. Let's paint it up. So I don't know about you, but like during the summer, any cloudy day I am happy to have. But once it gets later in the year, I I like my sunny days. I like to keep that little bit of warmth that we can. All right, well let's put an interior into this. Now I need, let's go with seat 9, leather A. Sure. Now I suspect that I could do basically any bench seat and any matching front seats. It would probably let me do it. All right, so I do feel like we're better off with the brown leather, or should we? Maybe go some white leather? 'Cause I think we can mix and match a little bit here. Yeah, we'll go with white leather seats. Let's see. Let's see if we can put this together. Okay, no. So bench seat I picked, it does not work. The front seats do though. And the steering wheel does. Yeah, I'm not sure how to tell what rear seat I can put in. All right, so what? So yeah, so we've got a chieftain. Let's go look. Oh, I think this one has a special rear seat. Should have been paying attention to that. Okay, so the bench seat TBX is the default seat for this one. All right, well, we will just go ahead and make it all with TBX parts then. Do you normally have bad traffic where you are? So that's for me to be stuck in traffic for that long would be relatively challenging. Now, if I was down in Vancouver, that would be. Oh, I'm doing this wrong. Yeah, it would probably be a daily occurrence for me to be stuck in traffic for an hour. Okay, so the interior is done. Okay, so back to working on our engine. We'll get an engine back in that. I guess. Oh, now where is the shopping list? Let's do this. Okay, so we need 8 of these. One of those. We'll need 6. Actually, wait, how many of these do we need? We should have some in our inventory. I think we saved some of the rocker arms. So was there something special going on yesterday that the traffic was that bad? Okay, yeah. That was only one of those, alright. Definitely the better way to do a shopping list is simply to have this list and then you can just click on the thing and buy them. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's so normally traffic is really good around where I am, but currently there is some construction going on. And every once in a while you'll just time it wrong and be stuck in it for a long time. Nope, I don't need to buy more brake pads. 2 rear shock absorbers. Just buy enough rubber bushings to not have to worry about it. 2 new axles. Pretty sure I need new drums on both sides. No. Well, let's buy those piston rings. Oh. Go to the electrical. Buy that ignition distributor. Ignition. Oh, so basically a very bad crash. Yeah, that's when a crash is bad and there's a lot of people either injured or killed. It tends to have basically it stops the flow of traffic a lot longer because there's a lot of work to be done, and it's not something to just roll a car off the side of the road and get traffic moving again when you've got bodies. All right, so I've got 4 new tires, but then I've also got the rim I repaired. But I only have 1 of them, so I need 3 matching rims. But where is said rim? Wait, why did... Oh, I totally repaired 1 fender and then bought a new one anyway. Yeah, that's right. Got a case. Let's open it up and see what's in it. Well, that's lame. That was a waste of a case. I do have these 4 retro rims. Could just use those, I'm pretty sure. No harm in using retro rim. Oh, I cannot use retro rim 10 because I have just bought... Wait, damn it. I have bought tires, but I have bought them in not the size I need. That's an unfortunate waste there, but that sometimes just happens. All right. So let's put this on my list and that on my list. Oh, a lot of what am I? Okay, yeah, so I'm looking for race tire B. That is fine. I am looking for in 275 60 16. Two 75 60 16 and 4 of them. Done. And then we're looking for retro rim and 16 inch and ET0. So offset 0, and we need 3 of them. All right. Oh wow, yeah. So you were stuck on the wrong side of the traffic, so she was able to get everywhere a lot quicker. Alright, so the new... Oh, and I'll need to buy the rod caps. Because for some reason this game will let you buy pistons without rod caps. I'm sure there are cars where you can just put, like that the rod caps are machined to a specific standard, and that's that. Most of them today are basically machined together as one set because they need to be so very precisely controlled. So there is no... You are not going to do something like buy rod caps separately. But we need 8 of those. Now there's I have a gut reaction to this game. Like I want it to make me actually have to like torque certain things. Like when you're putting a head on, you should have to torque those in a more realistic manner. And with rod caps like this, I think you should have to. But realistically, all parts are supposed to be torqued to spec. It's just certain things, it matters a lot more than others. Alright, so now I'm looking for crankshaft bearing cap, 3 of them. Alright. And that engine is back together as a block. Time to start adding just to get the rest of it slapping together. Alright, I'm going to also need, yeah, there's no spark plugs in this, so I'm going to need to get spark plugs. Which I think they do put under electronic. There, 8 spark plugs. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had to deal with a an accident that was really, really bad. That basically like shut down the road. I think the last one was a few years back, and it was I was on my way to Vancouver, and the highway shut down because a big rig basically flipped over on the highway. So it took a long time to clean up and get sorted out, and traffic was just stopped. There was no one moving. Everyone just stopped, got out of the car, walked around a bit. Nothing to be done. Alright, so none of the push rods can be saved, so I need 16 of those. Now, do I also need, yeah, so no rocker arms, so I need 16 rocker arms as well. Now, this is where it gets a bit tough, where I need to figure out what valve covers go on here without actually having, is it won't tell me what part is supposed to go on. Alright, well, let's deal with the electronics first. I'll need a starter, but I think I actually do have a starter already in my inventory, so that's fine. Yeah, so I actually prefer, if you're going to be stuck in traffic and you're just going to be not making it anywhere, I would rather be completely stopped and be able to get out of the car, move around a bit. It's that when you're like just basically you're going so slow that you can't even take your foot completely off the brake, that it sucks. Mind you, I also almost always am driving a manual vehicle. I'm currently looking at buying a vehicle, and it'll be the first vehicle that I'll be looking at that won't be a manual transmission. I've always had everything be standard up till now. Alright, so I gotta figure out what water pump and what, actually fuel filter I don't think I need to worry about. So now that's probably gonna be a power steering pump. Let's just put in pump. Alright, but which power steering pump? There's a variety of power steering pumps. Probably the V8. Hard to tell though. And then the water pump should be easier to tell. Actually, I just had a realization. Don't know if this will actually work, but let's find out. There. That took way many clicks to get that. Yeah, I guess so. So we don't have freeways the way you do in the States. For the most part, there's no area. What? I need to pull out the engine stand. Basically, if traffic is stopped, you can get out of your car. Like it's illegal. You could technically get a fine for it, but you're never going to. All right, we have our engine in there. Things are looking good. Now we've got a parts list here. Can I? Nope, I cannot add stuff directly from here. But I should be able to take a look and see what they call the part. So let's put this in the air, put together as much as we can, then it limits what I need to go hunting for to find part names for. Now I know I have a starter, so I have a regular starter, but I need the V8 starter. Starters being under electrical, once again, it's not that it doesn't make sense, I just dislike it. There. Sure is nice when everything comes together and it's all shiny. And this is very much one of those things, even in real life, I absolutely love it when I can be working with nice, clean, new parts. But a lot of it is just take out dirty old parts, clean them up as best you can, and carry on. So I don't have the lower arm, and the upper arm is garbage. So that won't be going on. Oh, no, let's take that back out. And I think, yeah, we did repair that rear axle. And the drive shafts, excellent. Now, I don't know that those, like leaf springs, you can clean up leaf springs. I don't know that you can really repair leaf springs. Leaf springs just get basically fatigued until finally they crack. They're done. Alright, so that back is pulled together pretty decent. While we're waiting on this, let's get tires and rims going together. Alright, so we've got our list of parts that we need onto this car. Shorter, double wishbone shock absorber, we need 2 of those, and then we need the front spring and the front caps. Now we have the rear suspension. Oh, and while we're here, look at the electrical battery. So we'll join those together. Put together a new wheel and balance the old one. Alright. Put on the tire to balance. The balancing minigame in this game does bug me a bit, because if you are putting weights on the opposite side of a tire, you are balancing wrong. Yeah, like this. You put weight, if you're going back and forth, you have a bad tire. Do not proceed. There. Now to put on those shock absorbers. And those tires. Now I need brake shoes on this side. Now I guess that's the way to do it. Yes. Okay, so that works. So I buy that and then take that off my list. So I can just right click on it and click add to shopping list and do it that way. That works. I'm happy about that. It's not necessarily very... It's not necessarily obvious what it is that you need to add, so... Or what, sorry, what it is that you're clicking on to add. So I feel like that could be better. Nope, not what I meant to do. Let's add that to the list. Add that to the list. And let's go shopping. Fuel tank. We'll need a fuel pump while we're there. We'll need 2 of those. Two of those. Now I'm probably gonna need a brake piston to go into that caliper. No, I don't need to add it. I just need... Yeah, so we got the brake cylinder. Everything's coming together just beautifully. And definitely I would normally want to put the oil pan on before I put it into the engine bay, mostly because a lot of oil pans these days are very much a pain in the butt to get all the bolts, get access to all the bolts while you're under there. So best do it while it's easy to do. Almost done up here, but not quite. I need... sway bar links for both sides. Okay, we'll lower it down, and I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to eat here. Well. What am I? Oh, alright, I'm missing the bearing. And I need the hubcap, which that is actually what a hubcap is, not what... Most hubcaps these days are not really hubcaps, they are wheel covers. Wheel covers are, I understand why they exist, but kind of silly things and usually poorly designed. We'll step back for a moment. Appreciate the shininess of the car while I eat. I'm going to be quiet for a moment. probably still go quite a few more times in a little bit here. Not quite done eating, but... Oh yeah, I guess I'm gonna need to put belts on this. Sure is at least nice to go. Yep, that's exactly the part I need rather than trying to fish around through descriptions. This is something I'd love to have in real life. Just look at a part, put it on a list, guaranteed the replacement I buy for it is the right part. In real life, actually finding the right part, basically finding the part that matches what you need, can be a big challenge. So there's probably like thousands of different types of radiator fans. They are most certainly not interchangeable. So the distributor clips are in engine, but everything else distributor is in electrical. All right. So we're probably still missing parts on this car, but let's take a look and see how far we got. No, we actually have the entire car together. Only thing we've got to do now is fill it with oil and put in the other fluids. All right. So we got top of brake fluid. That should be everything. Oh no, I still need to put in radiator fluid. Now, that's interesting. I don't know that there's actually an easy way to tell if a radiator is full. I guess we'll just take that as the sign. All right. Well, let's move this car out of the shop. Here it is outside. Everything's nice, shiny, clean, and completely cleaned up. I guess completely repaired, completely assembled. Excellent. Now we could always put it in the dyno charger, but I'm not going to bother doing anything like that right now. So yeah, right now, if we were to sell it, we'd sell it for 75,000. And when we started with this, we had 90 something thousand, so we put 30,000 in, so we would double, but roughly double our money. Not bad at all. But I do like this car, I think. I want to keep it around for now. I think this will be about the same. Going to be missing a ton of parts, but will totally be worth restoration of all the bits and pieces. Yeah, so as far as I can tell though, basically not filling something to the absolute full mark doesn't really, there's no penalty for it, so it's not a problem to leave things just a touch under full. Definitely feels a little bit wrong to leave things not fully assembled or not fully filled. If you're repairing a car to that sort of standard, you're going to put everything out there in tip-top shape. I do have some Steam Workshop cards to the game. I cannot off the top of my head remember which they are, because I haven't gone through the Steam Workshop list in a while. But basically I went through last time, added some cars that I thought were neat, added some cars that I am a big fan of. Like I know there is a Datsun 240 that is a workshop car. And that is actually the car I'm working on right here is a workshop car, as the Mitsubishi Lancer is not a car in the game by default. Yeah, I haven't really been keeping up to date with what the DLCs are coming out, but a drag racing DLC could be really nice. Rusted up bolt. No, I am not in the Red Dot Discord. I am in a few Discords, but I'm trying to think. I think I'm in like 2 game Discords, and this is not one of them. Everything Mechanic Simulator, I am just basically when it comes out, I am surprised. Well, I guess this modded car, the axle is not quite long, or the drive shaft's not quite long enough to actually fit properly. That's all right. Well, it seems like almost everything has a Discord these days, but I use Discord for a bunch of different things, but it's hard to sort of stay on top of of everything when you've got a Discord, like a separate Discord for every little thing that you do. There. Don't like that when you're taking out drive shafts, that it's hard to see what bolts you need to get. I have not tried either of those, but I might have to take a look at them because I have played all the car mechanic sims since 2014, and they've certainly gotten a lot better than they were in the early days. I also at some point want to give my summer car a try. Just seems like one of those games that would be fun. Okay. Okay, that actually sounds really good. I'll definitely have to give that a shot. Is My Garage on Steam, or is it on basically a different distribution, or just through their own website or whatever? No, I have not actually taken the shock off, which is not the order I want to do this, but okay, cool. I'll definitely have to take a look at it on Steam. That might be once I am through with basically when I've kind of got my got the cars I want in this game collected. I may have to take a look at My Garage and see about giving that a shot. Yeah, I'm always a fan of. There's basically I like car games that do unique things. There's actually I'm currently right now waiting for a good off-road game, which is like a game. I'm trying to think. I think it's called Off-Road Delivery Service. I'm really hoping that is going to be good. All right, gotta take the axle first. Because both was arrested. Okay, what? Oh, there. Yeah, there's a bunch of little gripes I have about Car Mechanic. The way they handle things are, because I'm a mechanic in real life, so there's certain things there are certain ways I want the game to handle things that do not match at all how the game actually handles things. That sounds interesting. Okay, so I think I've got this car stripped down to nothing at this point. Car part 2D. I have no clue what the heck that is going to be on this. Somewhere there is still a part on this car. It's nothing interior. Alright, well, let's get the welder over. Maybe if we fix the frame up, the other part will become more obvious. Alright, well, let's take it over to the car wash. Yeah, I am also a fan of I'm a fan of survival games. I'm a fan of crafting games, and I'm a fan of car games. Let's get that interior detailed. I definitely did not expect this to be a black car. I thought it was going to be white or something. Alright, let's get it back in the shop. Because somewhere on this car, there is going to be... Actually, is it going to be that... No, that's just part of the frame. I don't see anything that looks like it's still in bad condition. Yeah, that is. I love the current age of streaming and YouTube for video games, because that means that if you're not sure if a game is for you, you can just Google some gameplay, or yeah, basically just do Google search, find some gameplay of it, and go, does this look like something I'd actually want to play? Okay, I am now searching the yeah, so I'm subscribed, finding the subscription. I'm subscribed to this car mod. Where is that? Someone has probably mentioned this before. So a lot of comments. I didn't see anything on it. Oh, let's take a look. There. That's what it is. All right. Mr. Solid, it is side skirting. So there, we've pulled all the parts off. Let's go put the engine on stand and finish taking that apart. That was actually one of the jobs I was working on today in real life was I had a forklift engine that got seeds into the ignition, or not seeds, seeds into the intake. So it was grape seeds that basically came in through the intake, went through the engine, and so I ended up with a bunch of seeds going into the exhaust. But some of the seeds got mashed up by the valves when they were going through and started actually holding the valves open just slightly. So it actually lost compression because it was mashing seeds into the valve seat. That's probably one of the weirdest no-start conditions I've dealt with in a long time. Oh, I'm gonna have to take off each one of these individual caps. That's what I'm missing. Pain in the butt. Yeah, so this is a lit mod. Yeah, I usually try to avoid things with steering wheel on the right, both in real life and in game, but sometimes it's worth it. Oh, just released a new 300ZX on Workshop. I own a 300ZX, so that is a car that I usually go to my way to find. The 300ZX is far from a perfect car, but it is absolutely one of those cars that I remember wanting in high school, and I'm probably going to sell mine soon, but I am still very much in love with the car. I just need something a little bit more useful. That was funny with the 370 with the 370Z. I liked the 350Z when it came out, but as soon as the 370 came out, the 350 just looked so old and dated immediately. Yeah, that's the 240s, 260s, and 280s. I have a soft spot for. They're just really beautiful cars. And they're one of those cars that if you leave them completely stock, they look great, or if you heavily modify them, they look good too. There's very few 280s that I look at and don't go, yep, that's a beautiful car. There's a lot of other cars where, like the 300ZX, lightly modified looks good, but people who heavily modify it just, it loses something. Oh, I think I remember hearing about it as Wasteland Tracker. I've definitely not played it, and I'll have to take a look at it. Alright, so I fixed all those. Got some body parts to try to fix. Oh. Guess we're buying a new door. Oh, cool. I am always happy to see motorcycles, and because I know there's actually a motorcycle mechanic game. I have not ever taken the time to check it out. Like I looked at it very briefly, and its initial glance did not necessarily look like a high quality game, so I didn't look too much further. But I do think, unfortunately, with motorcycles, there is a bit more of a limited audience, so there tends to be less money in making games for that audience, but it is still really nice to see. All right. Oh, that engine block is too bad to be repaired. That is going to be an expensive thing to replace. I didn't think of that when I was doing it. Just because it has a block does not mean that you aren't going to have to end up buying a block. All right, so we'll just start adding all of this in. Not going to worry too much about what I actually want to add to my list or not, just stack everything in and then deal with it at the other end. Because I know I've already had some of the brake parts, so I don't need to buy those, and I've got enough rubber bushings to probably do all of these without buying any. And then we'll need 4 tires. We've got a bunch of scrap parts. We'll scrap those later. Okay, yeah, so I've got all the parts. Yeah, I've got everything separated. Time to go shopping. Yeah, that's an expensive part to start off with, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Now this was camshaft cap 6. Yeah, of course, that was right. I took 6 off. That definitely sounds really cool. I am absolutely going to have to, once I'm done my stream, I'm going to go check out my garage because that sounds like it'll be entertaining if nothing else. We'll leave that stuff for now. Now, I don't have, do I have, I remember having a gearbox for something kicking around. Okay, SR20 gearbox and a transfer case and a gearbox for a V6. Not going to be helpful here, but yeah, so I've got disc brakes and vented brakes, sway bar B. No, there, nice new engine block. Be pretty much be a brand new car by the time we're done because most of it will be brand new. Not a lot of parts we could repair, but it was a junkyard car. That was not as surprising. Alright, so I need to add the crankshaft journal caps, and still does get me that you can basically the pistons don't come with the rod caps. Everything needs to be machined so carefully that you would never. It'd be a disaster to try to have your rod caps not be basically actually matched to the piston. Yeah, that's always cool when games let you swap out parts, where you can change out. It's not just replace the part with the same thing. You can actually swap it out and change what it is. Basically, build it in the junkyard, fix it up good enough that you can drive it home. Did I not? Did I buy? Did I buy 4 crankshaft caps and not 4 rod caps? Because I was one short, so I probably bought one too many of the crankshaft caps. Alright, so you get added to the parts list, but I don't need you right now, so we'll just rotate this over. Alright, didn't even have to bolt the head on. That's one thing that would be kind of cool, is actually have to torque the head to proper specs and everything. Oh, I only took 6 of these off, but I have to put 8 on, so I'm going to be short. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that would work. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how all of that works. That'll be cool to check out. All right, so get 2 more of those. Now I need to buy that gearbox. More expensive stuff going on there. Need to buy that drive shaft. Luckily, the catalytic converters are not overly expensive in this game, because in real life, that would get expensive real fast. Now, pretty sure I need 2 of those. Yeah, okay, I need 2 of those as well. Going to need... Wait, I may have only needed 1 of those. Well, whatever, I bought 2. I need 4 bearings. Brake caliper cylinder, we'll grab 1 of those. Yeah, I definitely look forward to checking out those games. They definitely sound like they'd be right up my alley. Even if they're not necessarily better than Car Mechanic Simulator, it is often a lot of fun to play something new just for the sake of playing something new. I'm pretty sure I should have just ordered 2 of all of those. Oh, I erased that, so we'll just deal with that later. Only calling for 1, but I'm sure I'll need 2. Now, the tires. 245, 35, 19. Nope, got what I'm looking for. 245, 35, 19. There. No, not 145, 245. 245, 35, 19, and we'll need 4 of those. Oh. Let's go look at rims. Alright, so 19-inch. And wait, do I have a good rim, or are the rims too badly damaged? Okay, so now I've got 1 good rim. So I need to buy 3 of them. So 19-inch, 3 rims, offset 0. Yeah, that is. I would definitely love to see, like, Car Mechanic Simulator's gotten a lot better over the years. Like, it was really bare bones and basic back in 2014, and it's gotten much better, but there's still a lot of room to get even better than that. Being able to add, there's a lot of things they could add. Like, yeah, doing wiring, doing hoses. And, yep, so I need all of those. Oh yeah, that would have been cool to see that as multiplayer. Yeah, I definitely I would love to see Car Mechanic Simulator basically incorporate some form of multiplayer into their games. But I also understand why developers hesitate on that because it's a lot of work for not necessarily something that would always improve the game. But definitely in like survival games for sure. If it's not multiplayer, I usually kind of I wouldn't say gloss over it, but it takes a lot more for me to notice a single player survival game. Alright, so put it on the list twice, but I haven't put it on. Yeah, that's one thing I find interesting is that a lot of times you see these bigger developers and they struggle to do the same things that like little solo developers manage to actually do. That just really drives home the idea that it's, big teams of people and big money doesn't make like that's not what makes good games. All right. So, new wave of parts to add to the shopping list. So that is definitely the first turbo that I've dealt with since picking up this game again. I think I had dealt with turbos a little bit before, but not a lot of them. Actually, worked with a mechanic who disliked turbos and thought we should get paid extra if we had to work on turbos. Wonder how he's doing now with the fact that pretty much every car, like every manufacturer is putting turbos onto their small engines, try to get more fuel economy out of their engines, while still having a powerful enough car to be drivable. No, I did not buy flywheel. That's fine. Yeah, that's with if my garage is multiplayer, then I'll have to look at that and see about trying to convince my friends to play it. 'Cause that sounds like that could be fun, possibly disastrous, but fun. Doesn't matter if things are going poorly as long as everyone's enjoying it. So buy the flywheel. Yeah, I've never thought about a survival mechanic game. That is, I mean, there's of the games you mentioned. Or nope, let's not put that on. Yeah, of the games you've mentioned, I heard about a couple of them, but not most of them. So I am looking forward to checking these out. Because Car Mechanic Simulator is definitely something I would play multiplayer if it was multiplayer. I would absolutely convince people to play. It'd be fun. All right, I didn't actually finish putting things together in the head. Probably a bad idea to time everything and call it good when you don't even have the camshaft bolted down. And that is so with indie developers, I absolutely love early access. I love being able to check out games as they're being made and support developers early on. But I do feel like sometimes you get bigger studios, like not indie studios, not group studios that are needing the money. That are basically using it just as a way to gauge interest and decide whether they actually want to support a project they're working on. And that drives me a little nuts. All right, I think that engine is done and ready to go back into the car. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting seeing games try to be that realistic. Sometimes it falls a bit flat, but it is mostly just cool to see the attempt at it. So, if they can do it well, that is awesome. Hate how that option switches side to side, but double check. I don't have these. Yeah. I mean, wherever I can install that from up here, I guess. Probably makes more sense to do it when I've got the car in the air and we'll be able to do the rest of the suspension, but nope, that swapped over to the other side, and that's where that ends. Have they just put miniature... Actually, no, that's actually a proper intercooler. For a second, I thought they just put like mini radiators here. And then we've got 3 intercoolers. We'll add this one just so we don't accidentally buy 2 of the wrong one. And is this just air filter sitting here? No housing. Does the housing go around it? See, that's one of the things of I wish real life being a mechanic was like car mechanic simulator where you can't just leave out parts like the head gasket and give yourself all types of problem. But it would be much better to have a game where it takes it that step further in realism and lets you do dumb things and then just lets you suffer for your poor life choices. All right, more shopping. And that's the 2 radiators of this. Yes. And that is exactly how that should go. Let me do something dumb and sabotage my own car, and then let me suffer the consequences of it. Yep, that's just a free-floating air filter there. All right. We'll just pretend that. Nope, I am putting garbage parts in here. Let's not do that. All right, so we're running low on relay types of that. Oh, I have leveled up. So I'm still doing good on fuses, not so good on relays. So time to go shopping. Let's stock up on relays. Just do 10 of each for now. Oh, that was not what I meant to do. Oh yeah, that's cool. That would be neat to be able to actually change the ride height of a vehicle by changing out the suspension rather than, because games either just have it set it to something or nope, that's just the height of a vehicle and that's all you get. So that is cool. That is a nice option to have. All right, radiator goes in. And those nice good old air-to-air radiators. Wait, did I not buy 2 of those? Wait, they're the same as these. Yeah, alright. Makes sense. Still kind of weird. Thought those looked like radiators when I first looked at them, not like intercoolers. No, I don't want to add any more. I want to actually go shop for the things. Now this is, so I need radiator fan housing B, fan 1 and fan 2. Alright, so that was not that bad. Alright, so just need to put this fuse box back together. Alright, so that's looking good. Let's get that undercarriage back together. Yeah, it is funny with the amount of time that I've spent playing car mechanic simulators over the year. Over the years, that Steam has never recommended My Garage to me. It seems like a bit of a failure on their end. So definitely sounds like a game that I would highly consider. Yeah. I guess I'll be able to find out if I'm as crappy of a welder in video game world as I am in real life. No, let's not put old bushings in. Let's buy a stack more of these. Done. Not actually a terrible welder in real life. I've very few things I have welded have broken. Or if they have, they haven't broken anywhere close to where I welded them, they end up breaking somewhere else. But at that point, that's not a me problem anymore. But my welds are very far from being pretty. I'm a mechanic, not a welder. I guess I should say, things I weld may break, but they will break on me testing it, not after it's gone out the door. Once I've sent it out the door, I don't think I've actually ever had anything come back broken. Yes. And that is a very real world hazard. I have dealt with that where alright, so yeah. I have dealt with that where somebody has basically they forgot to tighten anything up. The lower ball joint came out, and then the axle came out, so everything just fell apart in the middle of the road and then got towed in. Oh, I apparently need more front shock absorbers. Because I did not buy enough. So front shock absorber. There, that should be what I need. Take this off. If you're putting weights that far on the other side, you are messing things up bad. Don't do this. It's bad. Bad work. Be better than this. Alright, so we put a weight on here. You do not put the next weight here. And then put the next weight here. You are just making the wheel heavier. You are not balancing shit. No. Do I actually have? How many of those do I have? I feel like I have 4 of them. Alright, I didn't feel like I actually did all 4 of them. I'm obviously just getting distracted. Oh, and I don't have that, and I don't have that. But actually, let me put a battery in from underneath. If it'll let me do it, I'll do it. Even though that was not how I would want to do that at all. Alright. So I need brake pads. Should just buy a stack of them. Brake pads are all interchangeable in this game. I think I need both lower suspension arms, both axles, and 1 front exhaust section. Yeah, that is definitely, while they have made a lot of progress from 2014 till today, there is also still a lot of stuff they could do better. But that is where competition is nice. You have games like My Garage come out and that up basically the level of quality that people expect, and Red Dot has to take that into account and step up what they do. Competition is always a good thing. Alright, so I need front sway bar links. I'm pretty sure I need that on both sides, because that is probably what's keeping me from finishing this. I didn't balance all the wheels. Man, apparently I'm too tired. Nope. Yes, there it goes. Oh, I have to be, yeah, because it's a radiator, it wants to be put in from the top, even though that's not the sense, that's not where it makes sense to put that on from. Whatever, it's fine. I won't complain too much. Wait, so what's still on the list? Rims can come off. Yeah, whatever. We'll deal with that when we... Let's add that on. Alright, so we've got our rear axle. Apparently did not buy a fuel pump with the fuel tank. Don't know why I would not have done that, but probably not the silliest thing I missed. Yeah, and that is, I guess, yeah, Car Mechanic Simulator tries to give people the experience of working on cars, but holds their hand. Because that's what I play it in the hardest difficulty, where it's hold your hand the least, but it still very much holds your hand. Like, you can't put something together wrong. You can just sit there and fiddle around for a while, trying to figure out what am I missing. It'll never let you carry on without. Alright, so I need to add those on my list. Hey Milo girl, how's it going? Shep was on earlier suggesting that I get my Skittles in before you came on to enforce the Skittle ban. And then, yeah, I'm still missing that. So we're having big trouble for that. I'm informing you of everything that Shep's doing. I didn't take any Skittles. Can't punish me for something I didn't do. I mean, you could, but you'd have to try to find some way to enforce it. Alright, I'm also gonna need the cylinders. No, I didn't say I had. I said Shep said I should. I need 2 of those. I think I needed 2 axles. I may have only needed 1. Yeah, I only needed 1. Well, now I have 2. Oh yeah, so basically the idea, same idea as the barn finds. Find something out in the world and fix that up. That'd be cool. And then I am missing that arm on both sides. Nope. And I'm actually, for Weird Trains Base, not missing that. With how much stuff I was missing, I just assumed I would be. Alright. Did I not buy two of them? Actually, I may not have bought any of those. Oh well. No, so I should have the lower arm still. I had spare one. Okay, yes, I do have that shock absorber. I need that upper arm. So, well, I don't have any Reese's Cup for you. I did have a bag of the Reese's Minis, but they're gone because I can't control myself and just will eat all of them if they're around. But that is also Chef's fault. They're the one who bought me Reese's Minis. Yeah, definitely, John. I'm going to have to take a. Basically, once the stream is over, I'm going to actually look back through the comments and take a look at all the games you recommended because all of those actually sound like a lot of fun. Oh, I didn't buy the dang caps, did I? Is there not a thing I should have been missing? Oh, you found lifts at a house? Take them back to your garage? I mean, having more lifts is always handy. If I had all the money in the world, I would basically have a big garage with a tiny house attached. That is how I would have it. Have a bunch of lifts, be able to have a bunch of cars being worked on, being modified at the same time. That'd be my dream. Yeah, that's fair. Having everything be close is also very nice. Alright, we're gonna put this down. Put in some of the stuff I know is missing, put on the body, and then we'll go through the list and see. I'm sure there's gonna be stuff missing. Okay, so there's the ABS module, which I don't have. Oh, so the ABS module doesn't exist here. Does it exist in electronics? Yes, it does. Along with the ABS pump. Man, do I hate replacing these in real life. ABS modules are just... they're very delicate things. They're not really a problem, but man, I've never had an encounter with having to rip them apart that has not gone poorly. Alright, so now I didn't have an interior for this. That, not necessarily, like, it works. That's not the wrong steering wheel necessarily, but that is not the steering wheel I want to put on here. Also, not going to do that. Let's go shopping for interior parts. So steering wheel 16. Can work on that. Now I don't know what seats are supposed to go into this car. Does it tell me in the list? Seat GW500 and bench GW500. So that works. Rather, so GW500. Alright, somewhere there's got to be the... There. So 2 of those. Yeah, that is, I've had a few people come to me and be like, can I turn my auto into a manual? And it's like, yes, yes you can. Man, is that a ton of work. It's kind of ridiculous how much work is involved. It is a lot more than just put in a different transmission. Oh, so all of these parts are going to be different. Kind of like the mismatched color look. I will definitely fix it with paint job once this is all ready, but it's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't think this came with headlights for either side. Oh, no, did have the headlight on this side. Cool. We'll add that. And I'm going to need all of the glass. All right, we can do that. No, now I'm looking for bodywork and looking for that Lancer Evolution. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's one thing I'd love to see, because a lot of repair work isn't in the engine bay. I'd love to see Car Mechanic Simulator open up, like do stuff like window regulators going bad. Okay, I must be blind. I am totally missing where the Lancer is. Oh wait, no. It's not gonna be in there. It's gonna be it'll be in here. Oh, just sneeze of it. Yeah, okay, so I need the parts from here. Okay, so now we've done that. Grab the doors, grab the hood, windshield, front bumper. Now I'm gonna need, alright, so well, they certainly give you a lot of options for this. Right now I just want the bare bones. Oh yeah, guess I will need to buy mirrors as well. Oh, so I guess I need to buy a spoiler. Cause why would a Lancer not come with a big wing? And that needs to be added to the shopping list. Alright, some more shopping. Oh, and welcome back, Shep. I told on you, Shep. Milo knows that you were encouraging me to get Skittles. I could deny it, but I wouldn't. That's not how I roll. I'm just here to stir the pot. That's a weird picture of the skirt. It would be very hard to guess what part you were looking for looking at that. Yeah, that's a way. Usually in games, I will turn off the music if I'm streaming, just in case. Because, yeah, if they're using real music, or real copyrightable music, like, and that's like, you play some games where, like, all of the game music in a game is copyrightable. It's just that the developers are not going to copyright strike you for live streaming their game. Whereas if they are playing music that is basically just free or music that's not theirs, then yeah, there will be copyright strikes. So you want to avoid that. No, I did not add the stuff I need to my wish list. I mean, you can try to convince Shep to punish me, but Shep has spent a lot of time bribing me, so I feel like this is counterproductive to Shep's overall plan. All right, now do I need front license plate? I don't think I do. All right. Well, I need to go shopping for license plate, and it needs to be right-hand drive country. So, oh, we could do Australia. Australia works just fine. Let's do Tasmania. I don't really know Australia well enough to actually know anything about where. Like I know where Queensland is, but that's about it. Okay, let's take a look at the. Oh, I am missing an engine cover. Of course, I'm missing an engine cover. Let's add that to the shopping list, and then let's go shopping for it. Is the engine cover here? Yes, it is. All right. Oh, and this is what covers the air filter. That's why the air filter is just free floating. All right. Car status. I think the car is completely repaired up. So can sell it for 47,000, which considering I didn't put that much money into it is actually pretty good. Definitely agree Milo's up to no good. Oh yeah, I have not put fluids in. Thank you. Someone's looking out for me. So it definitely pains me the way that you fill up fluids in this game, where you just kind of let it pour until it is done. I would rather prefer having to actually measure out and go, how much fluid am I putting, and put in exactly this. Because I have had people bring in their cars and go, I basically just was putting in fluid, and then like I put in 60 liters of oil, but it still doesn't come to the top. Running a car with 60 liters of oil in it, very fast way to destroy that engine. Yeah, so like you can use the dipstick to check the oil level. And this one's nice, perfect on the line. But all the other fluids, it's like I wish you could look at the like choose how you're looking at the reservoir when you're filling it. All right, so now I've put the fluids in. And everything is just in perfect tip-top shape. However, this cart should probably go to the paint shop. As much as the mismatched bumpers are actually kind of charming. I mean, realistically, it's not. There's no real reason to take it to the paint shop. The game does not. Oh, apparently the car is dirty and unprepared. Let's move it over to the car wash station. I guess all these parts are technically. Oh, these parts over here are probably actually black. They're just dirty. Yeah, I wouldn't. So I thought, well, whatever. We'll put it back to the paint shop. Dirty and unprepared. I don't. All right. Well, whatever. We'll just deal with it. Yeah. So for some reason, those panels were not being washed correctly. All right. So what color? How? So what do you want to do with this Mitsubishi? Let's. Think a color, something like that. But let's do some. I like some chameleon option here. Oh, if you painted factory color, you get more money for it. That's interesting. Which isn't bad. That is a nice color. But that right there is just the right. Like I don't know. There's something about Lancers and Subarus where that dark blue is just the right color for them. They look good in other colors, but all right. We'll paint it. All right. Well, you have a good night, Jess. All right. Well, so that is the second car restored for today, and probably have to sell one of these two before or take on other work before I carry on. Because my bank account is getting relatively low. Alright, but I've got 7 skill points to spend. What do I want to spend them on? We'll spend it here. Yeah, so that's already done. Perfect. Alright, well I think that is where I'm going to call my stream for now. It is starting to get late. I do have to work again tomorrow, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the game suggestions there, John. I will definitely be checking those out before I go to bed. I am not ignoring you, Shep. I'm just busy playing a game. Busy being a mechanic. Yeah, I think I am probably going to get rid of the Lancer and keep the the basically Wish brand GTO. It is a nice one car. Kind of actually feel like this might be my screenshot for the next stream I do. But yeah, either way, you guys have a good night, or for any of the people who are tuning on this later, have a good morning, good afternoon, whenever it finds you. But we'll talk to you later.